What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my main event prediction for Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Justin Gaethje. Very excited to talk about this matchup, break it down for you guys here. Before we get into it, if you guys can leave a like on this video, subscribe if you have not yet, would appreciate that a bunch. Going to be doing my full card breakdown and predictions within the next couple days, so go check that out when it's out. And also, I'm going to be doing some giveaways as always, as I like to do on these pay-per-view cards. Giving out some free money. And with that said, we're going to get right into it. And what a fascinating match we have. Khabib Nurmagomedov, 28-0, undefeated, going against someone who's been looking fantastic. Justin Gaethje, 4-1 in his last 5 fights. And he put on a beautiful performance his last fight against Tony Ferguson. From start to, when he finished it in the 5th round, like, he looked the best we've ever seen Justin Gaethje look. And I'm sure a lot of people were not expecting him to go out there and do what he did to Tony Ferguson. But man, this is a completely different matchup here with Khabib. And we're gonna get into some numbers. We're gonna get to some stats here. I'm gonna break down this matchup a little bit and give my prediction and my thoughts on the matchup as a whole. But regardless, it's going to be a really good fight. I've been looking forward to this fight as soon as it's got announced. And the card as a whole, I can't wait to break down the card as a whole as well. But we're gonna start with Khabib Nurmagomedov here. He is 32 years old, 5'10". 70-inch reach, 28-0. Justin Gaethje, he is 31 years old, 5'11", 70-inch reach as well, 22-2 and 4-1 in his last 5 fights. So Khabib, he lands 4.11 significant strikes per minute with a 49% accuracy. He absorbs only 1.65 significant strikes per minute with a 67% striking defense. Justin Gaethje, he lands 7.74 significant strikes per minute. Ton of volume from Justin Gaethje with a 59% accuracy there. But he does absorb more than he lands with 8.37 absorbed per minute with only a 54% striking defense. As for the grappling and takedown stats go, Khabib lands 5.35 takedowns per 50 minutes. Very good wrestler, and we'll talk about it, with a 47% accuracy, which is fantastic for the amount of takedowns he does land or attempt, if that. 84% takedown defense for Khabib, averaging about 0.7 submissions per 50 minutes. As for Gaethje, no takedowns in the UFC for him. 80% takedown defense as well. In 28 fights for Gaethje, 24 fights. What am I talking about? 24 fights for Gaethje, 82% is won by knockout. 9% by submission with a 91% finish rate. Great finisher. I believe he's finished like his last 9 wins, something crazy like that. As for Khabib, 28 fights, 29% knockout rate, a 36% submission rate, and a 65% finish rate overall for Khabib. And Gaethje has lost by knockout twice, and he's never been submitted. And obviously Khabib's never been knocked out, never been submitted. He's undefeated. But yeah, just wanted to get into some of the numbers here. And as for Khabib, he opened up -210, and he's now a -345 favorite. So a lot of money is coming in on Khabib. And I don't know, I wasn't really expecting that, because we see a lot of the public is on Gaethje. I've been seeing a lot of Gaethje love, so I was kind of expecting the line to, close up just a little bit. But man, -345, it's getting pretty wide there. So in Khabib's last 3 fights, he did submit Dustin Poirier in the 3rd round last year in 2019. He submitted Conor McGregor in round 4 in 2018. He did win a decision against Al Iaquinta in 2018 as well. Some notable wins for Khabib: Dustin Poirier 2019, Conor McGregor 2018, Edson Barboza 2017, Rafael dos Anjos 2014. And Justin Gaethje opened up like +175. He is now +285. I think the line's gonna, keep getting wider, it seems like. But he finished Tony Ferguson in the 5th round, like I mentioned, his last fight. He knocked out Donald Cerrone in round 1. He knocked out Edson Barboza in round 1. Some notable wins: Tony Ferguson, obviously. Edson Barboza is another notable win. Michael Johnson in 2017, good win there. Notable losses: Dustin Poirier in 2017. He got finished in round 4. Eddie Alvarez finished him in round 3 as well. So he has been knocked out twice. And as for Khabib, he's improved his striking throughout his career, but I really don't recommend testing that here against Gaethje. Khabib is an elite wrestler, grappler, obviously, we all know that. He pressures very well. He cuts off the cage extremely well also. He likes to back his opponents up against the cage and get that takedown. And when he is on top, he has very good top pressure. He's able to hold his opponents down, grind them out, and he does land good ground and pound as well, and just grinds his opponents. That's something I really like with Khabib. As for Justin Gaethje, he is typically a very fast starter, but we saw he is able to go into those later rounds. In the Ferguson fight, went into that 5th round, he looked fresh, he looked really good, was really happy with what I saw in Gaethje in that fight. He is extremely dangerous. He has finished his last 9 wins, very hard leg kicks. Takedown defense has not really been tested as of yet. Eddie Alvarez did take him down in 2017. Michael Johnson took him down in 2017, but he hasn't really faced any guys that will test that takedown defense. I mean, Tony Ferguson, Cerrone, Barbosa, Vic, they're not going to go out there and try to take down Justin Gaethje there. But Khabib will, so we're really going to see it. And it's going to be really interesting to see if Gaethje can stuff those initial takedowns. But Khabib is just really relentless. So as for my prediction, like I said, it's a really, really intriguing fight. I think Gaethje might be able to stuff those initial takedowns, maybe. But Khabib is going to be coming forward and shooting for those takedowns relentlessly there. And I do think Khabib is going to get Gaethje down in that 1st round. I can see Gaethje maybe stuffing the first couple, but Khabib's not going to stop. But I also think Gaethje's going to have some opportunities to hurt Khabib early on, whether it's with those leg kicks, whether he hits Khabib with a big shot. But Khabib has shown great durability throughout his career. And like I said, I guess I'd be kind of concerned about those leg kicks from Gaethje because he does have really good leg kicks. But I just don't see Khabib staying at range and striking for long periods of time here. At least I don't think that would be smart of him. And I think Khabib, and we all know what he needs to do, and that's probably get this to the mat. I don't think he wants to strike with Gaethje for long periods of time here. And yeah, I can see him getting Gaethje out of there maybe late in the fight, grinding him out. But Gaethje has shown improved cardio. But Khabib, this is a different type of fight from like the Tony Ferguson fight. Khabib's going to take him down. He's going to grind on him. And I don't know if Gaethje's cardio is going to look all that great if that happens because Khabib is relentless. He really is relentless. So it's very intriguing. If you are betting Khabib, you are going to be holding your breath when they are standing because Justin Gaethje does hit like a truck. But from what I've seen, Khabib has shown great durability. His striking has improved. I think there will be some exchanges with these guys, mostly from Khabib's side, just to close the distance, just to get him against the cage, pressure him. But man, it's going to be very, very exciting. And as for the prediction there, I'm going to pick Khabib. I have not picked against Khabib yet, and it's worked out for me every time. I'm not going to stop here. 28-0. I do think he goes 29-0 here, and it's just very interesting to see if Gaethje's going to stuff those takedowns. I don't see him stuffing those takedowns. I know he has a wrestling background. I know he has an 80% takedown defense, but like I said, he hasn't really faced many wrestlers. This is going to be like a legit test for that takedown defense of Gaethje. And like I said, I think he stuffs the initial couple first ones. I think he can maybe work his way up to his feet. But after a couple, Khabib's just relentless. I see him just taking him down, grinding him out. I think the takedowns will come easier and easier as the fight goes on because Khabib's not going to slow down. And I do think Gaethje will, especially with the wrestling-heavy game plan coming from the Khabib side. So I am going to pick Khabib to win here. I think he probably gets either a 4th or 5th round stoppage, maybe a submission, maybe a ground and pound victory as well. I guess I could see Khabib winning a decision, but man, the pace he's going to put on with that wrestling grappling, I don't know if Gaethje's going to be able to survive 5 rounds of that. But if you are on Gaethje, I mean, it's probably going to be early. It's probably going to be round 1 or 2 when they're both fresh. And Gaethje's going to have to attack those legs. Maybe he lands a hard shot, but it's really hard to see Khabib, standing at range for long periods of time. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I like this matchup for Khabib. There are some question marks, but I am going to lean with them. And as for the betting goes, like I said, Khabib minus 345 and Gaethje plus 285. I want to say the line is a little bit wide, but man, I just feel like Khabib's going to make it look like a lot of his other fights. Just take him down, grind him out. Of course, Gaethje's going to have that puncher's chance in a way, but I don't see Gaethje stuffing multiple takedowns all fight. Working his way up to his feet all fight. I just see Khabib doing what Khabib does and getting those takedowns, having some decent top control minutes at a time. And there are going to be a lot of people picking Gaethje here, and I see a lot of that. I see a lot of love for Gaethje out there. As I saw a lot of love for Poirier in Khabib's last fight as well. There was a ton of love for Dustin Poirier, and I get it. I mean, I love Poirier myself. I love Gaethje. Gaethje's one of my favorite fighters here, but I just can't pick him in this matchup. And although a lot of people are on Gaethje, it seems like the line keeps getting wider and wider here. Minus 345. I wouldn't be surprised if it, if it finished at like minus 370, something like that. If it got to minus 400, then it would be getting a little crazy here. But minus 345, it's a little wide, but I think it's okay. I think Khabib is going to get it done. Some lines I'm looking at. First of all, I think Khabib is a decent parlay piece, in my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, but I really like him to get this fight won here. Khabib inside the distance is at minus 110 right now. I think that's a very good line. Khabib's more than capable of maybe finding a submission. Obviously, Gaethje has never been submitted, but maybe he's able to find a sub in around 4-5, 3-4-5. Also couldn't get a late ground and pound finish as well. And other than that, yeah, I like Khabib here. I'm really, really intrigued by this matchup. It's going to be insane. I mean, I'm going to possibly have Khabib in a parlay, and I will be holding my breath when they're exchanging on the feet. But ultimately, I do think Khabib gets it down. I think Khabib's going to get this win inside the distance, round 4 or 5. Decision, maybe, but I do think Khabib's probably going to get him out of there. Go 29-0. That's about all I got for you guys. Let me know who you have in this fight. I'm excited, and make sure you guys look out for my full card breakdown and predictions. Going to be doing a live stream on Friday and then a betting breakdown as always. If you guys can give this video a like, helps out a ton. Subscribe if you have not yet so you do not miss out on my other content. My other UFC 254 content coming out this week. Big card, fantastic card. Can't wait to talk about it. Getting some tape study in on this Monday. Wanted to get this out there for you guys, and that's about it. And good luck on any bets Saturday. If you guys are taking Gaethje, you're taking the plus 285 shot on Gaethje, I don't blame you. I think the line is a little wide, but I'm going to take the Khabib side here. I think he gets it done. He goes 29-0, and that's about it, and see you later.